Hey, everybody.
You guys, we're super excited to be with you this evening. Happy Friday from
Yes,
wherever
the
it is
weekend is here.
yes, from wherever you're tuning in from. You guys, we're curious though, which is more effective? Because when it comes to building your business, there are a couple strategies that you might choose to use. One is active prospecting, the other is passive. And we wanted to discuss which one is most effective and which one might you consider using right now.
As you guys are hopping on, let us know, have you heard these terms? Maybe you're new, maybe you've been doing one as you listen to this and you go, hey, that's something I'm doing. Maybe I'm not doing the other strategy. Let us know, are you using a passive strategy? Are you using an active strategy? And do you know the difference between the two?
Yeah. Okay, because really when we're in transition right now, okay, there's a lot of people who are typically doing belly-to-belly home parties, meeting at exterior locations, doing events, okay? And right now we are really in a space where we have to pivot.
Yes.
Okay, online is where we live, okay? Our kids are doing online school. We are working, a lot of traditional businesses are now transitioning to a digital atmosphere. We had the pleasure of just having a online social hour with some of our great mentors, friends, and colleagues.
Yeah, so there's still ways. I mean, you know, if you're used to those maybe home parties, coffee shop meetings, those kinds of things that you may have been doing from an active strategy, okay, there are ways to do that online, okay? Just like Becky mentioned, we just got done with a meeting with a bunch of business owners and friends of ours. So there are ways to do this online.
And so the question I have for you is now you're transitioning from maybe an offline strategy online, okay? There's still active prospecting.
Yes.
And I'm curious what that actually looks like for you. What is your name and label for that? Because there can be a little bit of concern or question about what that actually looks like.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to have a discussion about that, a dialogue about what active prospecting is, what that looks like, okay? Because it is a strategy that a lot of people are currently using. And what that typically looks like is you reach out to somebody, you make a connection, okay? Maybe that's somebody in a group, maybe that's sending out a friend request, they accept that friend request, and you're having a one-to-one conversation, okay? You're building a relationship, you're building rapport, you're getting curious, I hope, about what's going on in their world, what struggles they're having in their business, and what it is that you might have as a solution or a fit, okay, based on the conversation. Then you would lead into a presentation of sorts. Maybe you would loop in your upline on a three-way messenger chat, and then you would pitch, right? You do the presentation, and then you would close them. Okay.
And that is an example of a active strategy.
Yes.
Okay. Like Becky mentioned, a one-to-one interaction. And that is one big thing about an active strategy is it is a one-to-one strategy. It is a one-to-one
because you are specifically actively going out to find people to share your opportunity with. Okay?
Correct.
That is your intention behind what you're doing. Okay. So what is a passive strategy then? What does that look like? If an active strategy is you putting forth the effort intentionally to go out and connect with people with the intention to show them the plan, okay, what might a passive strategy look like? Because there is a lot of power in a passive strategy. You can be very aggressive. Typically, let's just talk about this for a second. With an active strategy, a lot of times you'll do like a 90-day blitz. You'll do a run where you hit it and you run really hard. You're consumed with a lot of activity because you're connecting with and talking to a lot of people one-to-one. The beautiful thing about a passive strategy is it allows you to do things, okay, where you're doing, much like we're doing right now, is we are doing a Facebook Live where we are talking to one person maybe, or many people, depending on how we choose to utilize this live training. Okay. And so it is part of a passive strategy where you're doing a behavior, you're able to speak to multiple people at one time. Okay, and leverage what you're doing.
And that is the key piece and the idea of a passive strategy is one to many. Okay, you're able to do an action once that is actually able to be duplicated, to be used like Becky mentioned with this Facebook Live. It is something that we can utilize. We can send out via email. We can send it out, you know, obviously it's going out right now to many of you watching. Okay, and there's going to be many people that'll hop on, catch the replay. And it'll be something that's on our page that will be there forever, so that, I mean, 5-6 months from now, somebody can still come on, watch this content. So we do it once, and it speaks to many different people, and we can utilize it over many platforms and however we want. We can take the audio comments and put it on as like a podcast. I mean, there's many different things that you can actually do with this action. And so passive strategies are amazing because they are duplicatable. They are also one-to-many, and so you're only doing your efforts once. That can be utilized forever, really.
And with that, with the passive strategy, you are not actively going out, seeking out conversations with people.
Exactly.
The content and what you're creating, okay, your presence, your online brand, okay, those are actually attracting people who want what you have. So again, you're not spending 3 to 4 hours in Messenger having one-on-one conversations with people. Okay, you are actually doing content, doing a training. You have a strategy that is actually attracting your perfect prospect to you, so that, much like what Tim and I experience, is even when we're sleeping, when we wake up in the morning, we check our email.
Exactly.
We have new people applying to work for our team. We have commissions rolling in. We have leads. Okay, we have people reaching out to us, wanting to know how they can also do what we're doing for their business, because they're looking for that true time freedom. They want true leverage in their business. Okay, they want to be able to have the skill sets that are going to allow them to have that lifestyle that they're looking for, instead of constantly being glued to a computer screen or glued to your phone.
Yeah, that is, I mean, both of these strategies, an active strategy and a passive strategy, they both work really well. It's just one is a lot more leveraged and a lot more of that passive strategy than the other. I mean, because, you can, like Becky says, you have more of that lifestyle business where you don't have to be present having those one-on-one conversations constantly. You can actually let the systems that you have done work for you.
And the system's working for you. What that actually does is it actually sifts and sorts so that you're only having conversations with the most qualified people. So instead of talking to somebody who is not interested, investing a lot of time building up that relationship to find out that they're not a fit for your business, whether that's because of their desire or maybe they're just not the type of person you want on your team, by implementing passive strategies and utilizing that, you have a lot more control about who you're talking to and who specifically you're investing your time in. So that you're not talking to people who are just kicking the tires and they're not interested. On the flip side of that, you're actually having pre-qualified people come through a process so that when you actually get on a phone call, maybe, or a Zoom chat or in
Messenger or whatever,
however you choose to.
They have gone through a process of, they've either seen your Facebook ad, maybe they've seen an email, they've come through some sort of a funnel, if you will, and said, yes, I'm interested. Yes, I'm interested in this. And next thing you know, you're on a Messenger. So they've already, in a sense, pre-qualified themselves. They've already opened up to you and said, yeah, I'm interested in what it is you have. So that when you're having that conversation, it's not a conversation of you're trying to talk them into something. You're not attempting to explain to them. They've already seen the content and they're interested in what you're doing. So the conversation is a lot easier, it's smoother, and it just really, it takes all that heavy lifting out of it.
And I'm curious for you, what would be different in your business if you were having conversations with people who had already said yes to you 3 times or more? Okay. It takes the edge off for you. You don't feel pressured. You're actually able to be on their level and have a conversation about what it is that they're looking for specifically, instead of attempting to figure out how you can sneak your pitch or your opportunity or talk them into the process.
And both strategies do take certain skills. Okay. You have to have skills with an active strategy, and you do have to have the skills with a passive strategy. And the thing that we hear a lot is, okay, the passive strategy sounds really great. It sounds like something I can use to leverage my time, but a lot of skills go into this. A lot of time goes into this. And yes, there are skills and time, but you got to keep in mind that skills and the time, the work goes in with both. The question that I have for you is, which one is going to be much more effective at building your business? Which one is going to build that business faster, get out in front of people that are interested in what you have to offer a lot quicker? They both take the work, but honestly, once you get those skills and that work underneath your belt with a passive strategy, the rest you really can, like Becky mentioned earlier, you can kind of sit back, or like in our case, we go to bed at night, we wake up in the morning to emails, people reaching out, and we don't have to go and sit on the computer and actually chase these folks. They're coming to us. So it's a lot better system.
And to that point too, when you talk about a business, when you get a business and you're looking for a multiple 6-7 figure business, one of the key pieces, and this is true for any industry that you're in, is scalability. If you're using specifically just a active strategy, that is not something that you can scale because you are only one person. You cannot make duplications of yourself. Maybe within your team, you're hoping to find people that are very similar to you. But the reality of it is there is only one you. But however, utilizing and implementing passive strategies, learning these digital marketing skill sets actually allows you to scale your business and help your organization scale as well. So if you want, we're going to put a link in the comments section, where you can grab your copy of the blueprint that we used when we got started. It outlines how to do business online, what that looks like.
Teaches you how to utilize those skills.
So we'll drop that link in the comments. Make sure you grab that. If you are new to this whole transition right now, you're curious about how you might actually leverage the time that you have now that it's been impacted with kids home, maybe you're homeschooling, definitely grab that link, because that is what really got us started on the way, step-by-step blueprint on how to do your business online, utilizing attraction marketing, digital marketing skills, and how you can start implementing them now, not later.
So make sure you grab that, you guys. We appreciate you hopping on, spending a few moments with us, rather, of your time. You guys be curious, be bold, take action, and remember that it is choice, not chance, that shapes your life.
Take care.
Bye. See you later.